Hey y'all, time for a cut. So here we go. Start by getting some tape on that hair. If you have a lot, my hair I think has grown a lot recently. So tape that up and then just start brushing everything into place. Now we're just gonna grab our trimmers and set that first line. I like to put it right where that little space is, like in the middle of your ear. That little, like, I don't know what to call it, that little thing in the middle of your ear. I put it right there or just slightly above it. That's what I aim to do. And you'll see that when I do one thing on one side, I do it on the other. I feel like that makes it really hard to make mistakes and make it harder for things to not look right. Here I'm grabbing my trimmers. I'm going open, no guard, and I'm just gonna go up slightly above that line I've already created and just sort of attack it and just make sure there's like a second line there. Be sure to do a lot of brushing in between just to make sure everything is in place and isn't moving around too much. Take your time and play with the corners of the blade. You don't want to go too high, but you really want to make sure that there is like a difference in shading from that first line and the second. So here I'm grabbing my 1.5 and I'm gonna just attack that second line that I've already made, not going above it. I'm just gonna make sure that it's blended in and that there's a difference from, it kind of goes from dark to light to bald. So you'll kind of see that come together right here. Now with my one guard still on open, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go pretty high up this time. I'm essentially trying to debulk some of that side and just make sure that it looks a lot cleaner. So you'll see me go up and just try and clean everything up right there. Now I'm putting my 1.5 guard back on and I'm putting it about halfway to closed. And I'm just gonna go up a bit higher, attack that second line, and make sure that you can see like a real difference in coloring and shading. So that's what I'm gonna do now. But we're more or less done with the sides for now. We will be going back. However, we're gonna go ahead and start making that C cup. And that starts with obviously making sure the hairline is nice and in place. So we're just gonna start brushing and really take your time and really brush and make sure that everything is in place. Even when you're done brushing, wait for maybe a minute or two and then come and brush back again. So that's what you're gonna see me do here. And then from there, we're gonna just start cutting and make sure everything is in alignment. So before we grab the trimmers, we're actually gonna debulk first. I'm gonna just put my one guard on and obviously leave it on open, and I'm just gonna, come and knock it down a little bit. I'm someone who likes my front taper a bit darker, so I won't cut off as much, but to each their own. So I know it's kind of difficult to see here, and I apologize for that. But when working with the hairline, I typically start from the middle and just go to either side and make sure everything is in alignment as much as possible. I like to make sure that I'm definitely not going back too far, because I do like my taper to be, pretty sizable. And then once I get to those corners there, I just make sure that I'm really taking my time to see where it is I'm cutting. So you'll see me do that. Look how much the fade just starts to pop as soon as we add that line there. That's really good for us. And while it does look nice, we are going to come back and work on it a little bit more just to make sure it really looks complete. So that C cup plays a huge part in just making sure the low taper is a low taper. Now we're not done just yet, but I did just want to give you guys a look at what it looks like thus far, just to give you guys a good example. Now onto the last sort of 3-part phase of the fade. I'm gonna go no guard and close it, and I'm gonna hit that bottom line and just make sure it's really disappeared. Then from there, I'm going to open my guard up. I'm going to open it up, and then after that I'm going to close it halfway. Doing this has a way of really making the fade come together, and you'll just see that. So we're going to go close no guard, open no guard, and then we're going to make it halfway, and then we're just going to work on making sure everything's blended together. When working with these more tough angles here, I like to work with the corners and the edges of the blade really to make sure that I'm not going in too far, just making subtle changes, as you can see, and it really just it makes a lot of a difference in the big picture. take a look at just how much the line really pops after doing just that subtle bit of cutting there. It's amazing. And that's it for our fade. You can't forget the face, so I'm gonna go in, do the mustache, trim up the eyebrows, and just make sure, I'm looking clean as a whole, because while the haircut is important, the face is just as important, and you guys should all, take some time to do that as well. And here is what our finishing product is going to look like. Sorry things turned freaky. I decided to go and take a shower as soon as this was over because of all the hair. But yeah, thanks for watching and bye.